I'm Will, I'm the baldbookgeek, and this is my Christmas tree. Hello. So let's just look back at Booktube in 2018, both personally and both from what's happened, what's changed. Let's just look back at Booktube through 2018. Big changes happened. Floodgates opened for some talentless people to write terrible books, and some amazing people to write some amazing books, and that list is to come, by the way. But a lot else happened. This year has been bizarre. 2018 has been just weird. We started out with a really mild winter, then the beast from the east hit the UK. To all of my Americans and Canadians who watch this, or people from colder climes, to clarify something, the UK isn't made for snow. And boy did it snow. We had 2 weeks of snow, and it wasn't even that deep, but we're just not made for it. We're a country that is not made for extreme weather. And then it gets more extreme because we had 50-something days without rain. That never happens. So it went from freezing to boiling to a summer that was practically devil incarnate. And just, yeah. But then other stuff happened. Personally, I had my first bout of Booktube drama, accused of something I didn't do, which I find bizarre. I could have dealt with it if it stayed on that forum, but it actually stayed, it kind of crossed into my private life as well. That was fun, to get messages on my private Facebook and Twitter, and you know, it was like, great. But hey ho, we live and we learn, and we realise that teenagers with a bug in their ass are usually the worst kind of people. Because I was a teenager with a bug in my butt once. I've watched my channel grow frighteningly over this year. I've gained 1,000 subscribers, because at this point last year I was on 800 in 2017. So now I'm at nearly 2,000, and that's terrifying. And that's not big. I know that's not big. Everyone goes, oh, it's not big, it's not that important. But I'm like, eek. That for me is a milestone. And I've watched my channel grow. I've had successes, I've had failures. I did the video essays, which I want to do more of. They just take a lot of work. My Lord of the Rings ones I'm really proud of. And then I did one on Cyberpunk, which again I'm really proud of. As well as things on Harper Lee, To Kill a Mockingbird. It's funny that I look back on this year, and it's been just an interesting ride. I managed to start World War III because I reviewed Zenith by Sasha Altsberg and Lindsay Cummings, and I didn't give it a good review. I was honest. Although this year, this year New York Times article happened where they talked about Booktube and why I think it was a fantastic article. I don't think the New York Times article was a representation of what Booktube is. I think they just looked for people with high sub counts that were maybe more recognisable. And they all, you know, these are grown-ups, and they all read the same YA books and make the same content. And I really hope the people that read the New York Times article looked at it and thought, really went deep dived and said, this isn't Booktube. I don't think the big public faces of Booktube, I don't think represent Booktube anymore. I think they've had their day. To be honest, I think they're old hat, and I think they're tired. And I think people want more intellectual content. And it's opened the floodgates. Booktube has changed. It's changing now. There are more channels, and I think Booktube has to be ready and grow a thicker skin to deal with the criticism that's going to come with it. Because without criticism, you cannot grow. It also showed me that I also realised that some people just take things way too far, and often don't understand irony, and a lot of people will jump on bandwagons just to get views. I witnessed that towards the end of the year and quite shocked by some people's behaviour, to be honest. Whether you agree with what happened or not, there is a way of going about it and discussing it and blindly attacking someone for having a difference of opinion, even if you agree with it or not. Instead of debating it, you go to the nasty place and start attacking people. I unsubscribed from a lot of people after that, and I realised how many basic bitches there are on this, both male and female. I hate the unsubscribe game. This video isn't sponsored, by the way. I think I look back on this year personally and a lot's happened. Careers have changed, life has changed, where I am emotionally has changed. It's also my 30th, it was my 30th birthday. That I've found bizarre in itself. Turning 30, I think, is a big step for anyone. And suddenly I'm 30 years old. And that's surreal. That's very weird. Booktube is always going to be the place of the weird and the wonderful. And I think this year has been one of the best and worst years for Booktube. I think we're watching a lot of the bigger booktubers move away from the Booktube format. I've noticed that because they suddenly realise there's no money in it. True, there is very little to no money in YouTube anymore. The YouTube bubble has burst and we're just floating in the ether. YouTube has changed fundamentally this year. Tumblr as well, dear God. Tumblr is basically getting rid of its reason for existing. And don't get me wrong, I'm more than aware there's a lot of problems on Tumblr. But if your entire existence really is based around adult content, when 85% of your users are adult blogs, you're going to kill them. And also, the fact that their flagging system on my Tumblr, baldbookgeek, is flagging pictures of books and cups of coffee and cats as adult material. I think that's broken, Tumblr. You need to fix it. Tumblr has always been sort of a safe space for LGBTQ plus people, me including, and a place where I can vent and exercise my own demons sometimes. And it's not anymore, which is sad. But I think Tumblr has been progressively fading over the last few years anyway. I've read some amazing books. I've read some of the worst books I've ever read in my life. Content and happy. And this year, though, has been testing with my bank IT system melting down and some other personal issues. It's a year I wouldn't give back. I've made some amazing friends, I've met some amazing people, and I've got to know a lot of you through this. So, yay. Here is to what's coming. Here is to 2019. Here is to everyone on this channel, all of the people that watch and comment. Thank you. You don't realise how special you are to me. Because without you, I wouldn't be doing this now. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I will talk to you guys later. And I've got some really cool videos planned for this coming season.